I chose to read this book because I thought it'd be really interesting to try something new, because this is definitely probably not something I would ever read on my own in my own free time, and I thought it was something different and maybe I could challenge myself by reading it. So that's why I chose that book. So I chose the book Stiff because I had never really put much thought into what happens once we die and what happens with our bodies, and the whole death thing kind of scares me, so I never really wanted to think about it, but I chose this book so I'd maybe put myself at a little ease on what happens. How would you feel about being turned into fertilizer?
I think it's I'm all about saving the earth, so I think it's a really eco-friendly idea, and I would definitely do it.
And if people won't chop down those trees either.
People won't chop down those trees, and then you can save the earth even when you're dead.
I agree.
I just feel like it'd be cool because it's almost as if like reincarnation, like you get to relive your life as a tree.
Yes. And then the birdies can live in your arms.
It's a lot less gruesome too. Like gravestones are kind of creepy and scary.
Instead you'll have like a forest.
It would turn death into such a positive, like a more positive, like outlook. Not I want to cry when I go into a graveyard.
Yeah. Then you can be like,
this person's dead, but now they're a tree.
Like, look how beautiful this tree is.
Yeah. I feel like it would really help with the grieving process.
That is true. And I feel like you could feel a lot more connected to like a tree than a graveyard.
Well, because nobody wants to go sit in a graveyard and eat lunch with a grave. But like you could go sit under a tree and like eat lunch.
Yeah, like
and feel like you're still there with like.
Yeah.
Or if like a kid like loses his like parent or something, like he could
Climb
still.
on a tree.
Yeah, he could still like interact with his parent instead of it just being a cold stone.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a lot.
It brings life to death.
I feel like it would like
We have today, so people can have more medical advances and stuff. Which
just like they didn't have to hang the intestine. When people talk about like near death experiences, how they like died and then came back to life, that's normally when their heart is like dead, but their brain will still be going. But the second their brain dies, there's no way to bring someone back to their body, like their soul back to their body.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like people's souls like makes them who they are. Like kind of like I feel like it's more than I feel like it's everything. It's not like one physical part of you. Like how they were talking about like when they cut something off, how like you lose. Like they were talking about how you kind of lose part of your soul. And I kind of feel like when you watch a movie and you can see like the person that's considered like half dead, like they're on like the machines, like being like still alive, that's the only way they're still living, and like before they pull the plug the person goes back. I feel like that's kind of what your soul is. It's like you, like everything about you kind of thing.
I just think about it in a scientific sense, because once your brain stops receiving a certain amount of blood and oxygen, then all the neuro stuff starts shutting down, and then that's the stuff that contains your memories and contains your personality, and then you're just not you. Like when my dad was in the hospital, something that they were worrying about was if he would come back fully himself, because he wasn't brain dead, but we were like doing CPR for so long that there was a possibility that parts of his brain had died. So it's possible for someone to come back with like half a personality. So I think that's where the soul is.